In many ways, Little Falls, Minnesota is like any other little town. It worries about its small businesses staying afloat. But as Boyd Hupert shows us, unlike other places, this town is getting a life preserver from two dedicated community members determined to give back.
If Hollywood arrived in Little Falls, Minnesota,
Straight out of the 30s.
it'd find a sweet story
You betcha.
at the local theater.
It was built in 1933.
For nearly 90 years, the Falls Theater was downtown Little Falls' center stage.
It closed July 16th of 2020.
During the height of COVID.
Susy and Phil Prosapio
We have to evict the birds that are living in the corner over there.
are
Yeah.
bringing it back.
The original main screen area.
A local couple stepping up to save a crumbling downtown icon
That's going to look so good.
would be newsworthy in itself.
Ticket window here.
But this wasn't the first time.
We're at the Shops of Little Falls.
The Shops of Little Falls, once a grocery turned appliance store, had been an empty building for 3 years
This is Hasi Stumbo.
when Susy and Phil
Mary Kodrowski is here.
bought it
Doris.
to create a space for local artisans and vendors.
Pat Steinley here. She makes mittens out of old wool sweaters.
25 mini stores have grown to 90,
I like the pottery.
meaning the building next door, also empty for years,
This was a bridal shop.
is now open again too, together bringing shoppers
Those are cute.
back downtown. Like a lot of small-town main streets, Little Falls took its lumps. The Walmart at the edge of town took a bite, as did the closings of both the Larson and Crestliner boat plants.
I think it would be pretty quiet down here without the input from the Prosapios.
But Mayor Greg Zilka
Makes all the difference in the world.
keeps being amazed.
This building had sat empty for, I think it was like since the 70s, don't you?
Another empty storefront
1905.
until Phil and Susie bought and rehabbed this building that once housed a dry cleaner.
What did you have in mind?
After recruiting picture framer Tony Armagost,
Okay.
who's now making payments to take over ownership.
Their interest rate is very low. Okay, they're not in it for the money. They just want it to succeed.
But why?
Neither of us grew up here, but this is our home.
Both transplants,
New York, outside of that, and she's from Fargo.
Phil
Yep.
and Susie, moved to Little Falls when Dr. Prosapio joined the local hospital as an orthopedic surgeon.
This community helped us raise our children and have supported me in my practice for 30 plus years. And this is our way of giving back to the community.
So when Little Falls' only bakery shut down, who do you suppose stepped up?
Got a phone call from Dr. Prosapio, and he goes, want to talk to you about the bakery.
So how have you been?
Don Latimer and her husband Mike had tried to buy the bakery before it closed,
Jess, can I squeeze in here real quick?
but the banks said no.
They were good people that just needed a little bit of help to live their dream.
Susie and Phil
We can help that happen.
said yes.
Just awesome people. People you want in your life.
Mike thinks sometimes about the Prosapios and what they've meant to his hometown.
If there's not people like that, places like this don't stay open.
Have you been having fun at Grandma and Grandpa's house? For them to care about this town like they do, to be able to keep it going, it's like a town you see in a movie.
But then who needs Hollywood
Yeah.
when your town
It's a lot of fun.
All right, thank you.
keeps
Have a great
feeling the
day.
love in real life?
Appreciate you stopping in.
Boyd Hupert, KARE 11 News,
Take care, Byron. Nice to see you.
Little Falls.
The Falls Theater renovation will include a restaurant and bar meant to bring even more people to downtown Little Falls. Susie and Phil hope to start welcoming guests by Labor Day weekend. It reminds me of like a Hallmark movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the doctor moves to the small town and then, he ends up saving the day at the end.
Yeah.
I love that story so
Yeah.
very much. And we were talking about how important those little stores and restaurants and bakeries and things are.
Yeah, personally speaking, the bakery in Aiken, when
Yeah.
that closed down, I know there's a lot of people watching from up there. That was devastating for us because
Yeah.
that was our
Well,
weekend.
anytime-
Go in and get your cookies and your fresh bread.
Yeah, if there's one less place to get cookies,
Yeah.
that's a bad day.
It is.